Okay, so I thought I'd show you guys how to make some pretty good candy apples without the bubbles and removing the wax. So the first thing we want to do is to make sure that we remove the stem from the apple. And there we go. And what I have here is some cold water, just straight out the faucet. And then I have some boiling water. And in order to get the wax off, we have to dip them into the boiling water. Let's see here. All right, so I'm just gonna do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the only thing I'm gonna do here is like count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and if you notice, I'm moving the apples around to make sure the whole apple gets dipped. And then I just want to start removing them and putting them into the cold water. And as you can see, the wax is already starting to come off the apples. Look at all that. The apples be so shiny and so pretty in the grocery store. Full of wax. Full of wax. And the less wax you have on your apples, the less likely you are to have bubbles after you dip your candy apples into the candy. If you don't remove the wax, those bubbles will definitely be there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just gonna allow these to sit out at least 24 to 48 hours. The longer you let them sit, the more wax that will come off. But if you can see, it's already coming off. And they will be pretty brown on the outside after this wax comes off. Right? Okay, you guys, I have allowed the apples to sit out 24 hours. It's best to let them sit out 48 hours, but at least do 24 hours. There's also a way that you can do same day apples. So if you have some clients that maybe call you at the last minute, need apples same day, you can also place your apples in the oven, and the oven will also remove the wax and the sap from your apples. So I've already placed my sticks in the apples. So now I am about to start making my candy for the apples. So I have my non-stick pan here, and I like to use parchment paper and spray it with Pam, that butter on the bottom of my apples. I just like, that's my thing. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do it. But I like to have that buttery taste on the bottom of my apple. Okay, so I have my pan here. I've already included 1 cup of sugar, but I need to pour another one in there. Okay, so we have your sugar, your candy thermometer, and it has to be a candy thermometer. Okay, your sticks, your measuring cups. And over here, I have both the Karo syrup as well as the white vinegar. I'm only going to use one of them, but I just wanted to show you that you can use one or the other. If you do candy apples all the time, this can be very expensive. Okay, so it's best to use the white vinegar if you do candy apples all the time, because it's less expensive and it will do the exact same thing that the Karo syrup does. Okay, so I will be right back. I am going to mix my ingredients, which is going to be 2 cups of sugar, because I'm only dipping 5 candy apples. Okay, so that 6 candy apple, I am doing something else with it. So anyway, I'm only dipping 5 candy apples, so I'm using 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of Karo syrup, or I can do half a cup. But I'm doing 1 cup of Karo syrup and 1 cup of water. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I have added my coloring. I'm still stirring. Let's see. Make sure there's no sugar around there, around the edge. Make sure there's no sugar around there, because if so, it'll keep your candy from crystallizing. So, okay, and I have it on medium. It's in between 6 and 7 on my stove. And we just allow this to start cooking, basically. All right. So I am about to put my thermometer on. Hold on just a second. Okay, you guys, I have started, and it is crystallizing. And this batch actually has vinegar. I decided to use vinegar instead, just to show you that it will do the same as the Karo syrup. So let's see, here's my thermometer. Do not allow it to touch the bottom. I am having to hold this because I just broke the back off of it by mistake. So right now it is showing 200, exactly what I thought. I can sort of tell now by the way it's bubbling. Once it slows down, I know it's moving up to the 260 range. We want to try to get it at least 280 to 300. 300 is the hard crack. 280 is the soft crack. So anywhere between 280 and 300. And if you allow it to go any higher than that, you're burning the candy. Actually, you can smell it when it starts to burn. And if that happens, just start over, because no one wants the taste of burned sugar. Okay? Let's see. I am at 220. To stop the camera and come back, just to keep from just staying here holding it. So by the time it gets up to 270, I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I am now at 270. Okay, it's getting there. And at this point, you really don't want to walk away from it. It is easy to burn this candy. All right. So I am at, what does it say? 280. I'm at a soft crack. Get up just a little more. And then I'm going to dip the candy apples. Okay, so I am going to remove this now from the fire. Yeah, it's almost at 300. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so now I am just going to dip and turn. Dip and turn. Make sure I get the whole apple. Right, and get the excess candy off the bottom. That way it won't have that big lip on the bottom. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Then I will get the other one. Just a little bit more for this last apple. Okay. No bubbles. No bubbles. Okay. And I can get the candy off the stick too. All right, get the excess off. Okay. All right, and there you have it. Okay, so this one I wanted some chocolate on. I didn't try to make it pretty or anything like that, but I wanted some chocolate on my apple, and so I cut it just so you can see that the apple, after it's boiled, it does nothing to the inside of the apple. And see how pretty that is? It's going to be so good.